Welcome, we are the Storyspeakers Guild bringing you roleplay entertainment. Where we last left off, our players trapped a gnome informant of the doctor they are looking for, and he led them into the Thieves Guild. Unfortunately for them, he managed to escape them and trap them inside, and they had to venture their way through the guild to find the back door out.
It's not every day you expect a gnome to just carry a wand of teleportation. Shenaniganry, I say.
Anyways, the party then returned to the tavern, had a few drinks and intimate conversations with each other. And here we are now. The next morning.
Quick question. Where have I woken up?
What did you do after I left?
That's what I'm trying to find out right now.
And it sounds like we will have Mom and Bob in about 5 minutes.
Nice.
But indeed, it is the next morning. You all have slept off your drunken stupors from all the fire whiskey you drank in the terms of Tobald was right.
Can we not tell Tobald that, though?
Well, he knows deep in his heart, just like how he can will away the drunk. I mean, if you want to get real technical, there is a way to do it, but I'm not going to tell him. It's a secret.
Either way, it is the next morning. You're quite sober. For once.
Okay.
I'm going to commune with Radix and thank him for guiding me through the tribulations of that stupid Thieves Guild.
Alright.
How thin are these walls?
Roll a perception.
Okay. Fuck!
You hear murmurs, but you can't hear his prayer.
Alright.
When I'm finished, I'm going to go down and get some breakfast.
When you come downstairs, you see Instinct doing his morning prayers, which involves multiple shots of alcohol and a couple kegs of ale, or a couple flagons of ale.
Adrian would probably be outside with his usual morning rituals of communing with nature, and basically everybody said a morning ritual like communing with nature and just centering himself and basically getting himself ready for the day mentally and physically.
And you're making sure that you apologize for thinking drow were good things.
Stop being a racist.
One minor mistake.
No.
Hating on the bugbears, hating on the drow.
Don't get me started on the goblins.
Come on, he's an elf.
You're making me more and more want to roll a good old boy paladin.
God damn it. Would you prefer, be proficient in the guitar?
Nope, banjo.
Ah.
Diddling, ding, 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 ding.
You sure do got a pretty mouth. Anyway.
You're from Virginia.
I'm gonna head downstairs and I'm going to pull out the book on the daemons, Tabura's book or Tabura's guide. I'm going to go. Yeah.
You know, if you're interested in daemons, you could ask the one that's with us.
Okay, so I'm guessing you noticed the book in my hand because I haven't even sat down yet. So
Well, yeah,
I
that's
take
a
it.
pretty noticeable book on demons, at least from how it was described initially.
Yeah. I take a seat next to you at the bar. A little early for the drink, no?
It's late somewhere.
And as for asking your wife, and he makes like air quotes with two of his claws as he said it. I'm not sure how reliable a source she can be.
I mean, she wasn't the one who tried to genocide an entire colony of creatures just because, you know, they live next door to cultists.
He gives you like a queer look. They advocated for no such thing.
I'm pretty sure, I thought you were part of the Murder the Bugbears cult.
Well, if they were of an issue, and they have most assuredly made themselves an issue prior. But that's besides the point. I would be intrigued to hear from your wife, but I would like to cross-reference some things first. I am very much interested into why she's acting the way she is. I've been under the impression that they are much more prone to fancy.
Look, it takes a strong man to be with a strong woman, and, you know, you can bring the best out of people.
If you could see his eyes roll, you'd see him.
But you're not a chameleon, so
I can't do that. Bartender. Hello?
I think it's a little early for the bartender.
well, you've already taken his morning stock away with your morning ritual. So Solanthus comes over to where you two are at.
Good morning, Paladin. He gives you a nod.
Indeed, it is a good morning. Look to Instinct. Your ritual is kind of premature, no?
No, see, if I don't get slightly drunk in the morning, then later on, I won't be prepared to get more drunk quicker.
You do realize who... Well, by the way, where were you the other night?
I was shopping.
He was past the get drunk hooker.
No, I've been looking for crystals, special crystals.
Crystals. Of what variety?
Large, hopefully something with, you know, a more static structure, less emerald and ruby variety, more, more diamond in shape and clarity. The fact that it can refract easily.
So, a diamond?
Not necessarily a diamond. It doesn't have to be that expensive. It just has to be a refractive crystal.
Glass?
Sigorsky.
Glass is still rather expensive, friend. Anyway, regardless of what you're doing, my head hurts. Did we actually talk to him about last night? What happened?
I have no idea what you guys were doing. I assume somebody got fucked up.
Yeah, I kind of went straight to bed.
Yeah, we intercepted one of the gnome you were told about earlier yesterday. We managed to find him, and he led us to a drop location for where he was being paid. He managed to escape, though, using a wand of teleportation, and trapped us under the ground. We managed to escape, but a friend here decided that he would test the room with his face. I'm gonna point at probably some leftover singe marks.
Yeah, I haven't cleaned my armor just yet. Yeah, we found a tunnel that takes us outside the walls, told the guards about it, and if we are feeling frisky, we can go back to that house in 2 days and see who's going to drop anything if they...
I do believe that we have already begun the process of heading into the school. We should be actually heading in sometime within the next hour or so.
Do these passes expire?
No, they will remain so long as we're here investigating. But I believe the more time we take to look, the better our chances.
Yep. We should gather the rest up then. Which table is Tovald under?
Look for a pair of legs.
I am. Stubby ones.
He should be in a minute. Hopefully we'll hear his grunt.
Just loud snoring.
So, who wants sausages? I think this is a good morning for sausages.
Where is the bartender?
That's a baited question.
A bartender comes walking out. Hi, lads. How are you doing?
Hail, friend. Some breakfast is in order. Sausages, if you have.
I be having some sausages.
Oh, that's what she said.
He bursts into a huge bunch of laughter as you say that.
Parala walks in. I'm potatoes. Always potatoes.
Very well.
Grabs
then,
one
lass.
of the
I'll get you some potatoes.
grabs one of the flagons of ale in front of me and just holds it out to Parala. Here you go, boss.
I typically don't indulge in mornings.
You guys are no fun. Where's Tobald?
Under the table.
Wow.
Can't you see his legs?
And that's how you should be in the morning. That is what mornings are meant for.
We have things to do, friend.
And in the past, I've had guard duty in the morning. It wasn't exactly, appropriate for me to be drinking.
Well, here, guard this beer. It's safest in your belly. It's harder for things to get to it there.
Fine.
As we're waiting, I'm going to actually bust open the book and actually start thumbing through it to see if I can find anything about the daemon that Instinct has started to bed.
That you do. Mind you, I don't have the stuff written up about the daemon, but I'll send you her stats.
Oh, so you don't have anything about like demeanor, origin, nothing like that?
I can tell you some about it.
Yeah, just hit me with some. I'm doing some light skimming because I'm expecting that this isn't going to take too long for the guy to bust out some sausages.
I'll also give you that. Alright, so, besides what I just sent you there, she is one of the daemons spawned from Shanta. Shanta's aspect of the phoenix, though, rather than her aspects of lust or anything like that. Though the lustful tendencies are still there, because you can't have an aspect of Shanta without some lust. Like any daemon, she is neutral evil and lives for her own selfish interests. That being said, since she has fallen in love with Instinct, her selfish interest right now is having Instinct be hers. Not that that's written in the book, but you can assume that from what you're reading.
Okay, just based on like they it seems more like they have fascinations, and or would it be more like what's a cheaper term for a fascination?
You could consider it a fascination. You could also just consider it selfish interest of a daemon. Daemons live for their own interests. They're born of selfishness and people's wants.
Got you. An obsession. Okay.
Yep.
And it makes no references to how frequent their obsessions pass. It just says that this is kind of what you should expect.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just thumbing along while we're sitting at the bar. What's
I
everyone else
have a
doing?
question for you to look in your book. Since it's
Yes.
not typical, what can you expect from an offspring coming out of an aspect of the Phoenix, like the daemon that has fallen for our party member?
That is an interesting question. I'm not sure.
Because my understanding is, generally speaking, the women daemons don't produce babies.
Typically no, but they also typically don't have a mortal lover such as Instinct. It's unexplored territory. On top of that, you have Instinct's own blood, which is either devil or demon.
I look at Instinct? Do you know what your heritage comes from, demon or devil?
Give me 1 second.
I'd probably be coming back from what I was doing fairly shortly. I would have.
While he's checking that. While you're thumbing through the book, you come across an interesting section called the Daemon Lord Vizrak. The bringer of nothingness and the keeper of darkness.
Okay. What of this Vizrak?
It speaks some of Tabura's own encounter with him, actually. This giant beast with 5 horns on his head, long clawed feet, and arms like inky tendrils. How his own body alone seemed to just destroy light itself and make it darker.
How many tendrils?
2, just his arms.
You are not reading the book.
That's for note.
Are you like invading my personal space, like on my shoulder, trying to read?
No, but the fourth wall me is putting it into the law.
Gotcha.
Instinct finishes his beer, sets it down. My family is descended from devils. So, you know, devil, demon, and whatever else is in me, all wrapped into a just awesome baby.
Hmm. So, what is this connection with Bizrak and the Damon Shanta?
They probably fucked.
That is very possible, given what you've read about Shanta. But no real connection. She's a Daemon Lord, he's a Daemon Lord.
They're just like categories. Gotcha.
Yep.
And if Shanta's involved, there was sex.
Or torture.
Or both.
Both. Typically both.
Simultaneously.
Oh yeah.
And you really need to message Devil to get all the aspects of Shanta down. But there is definitely one that is about, like, dominatrix type shit. I remember it.
Definitely would have been a deity for the drow. Gotcha.
There may have been an aspect of her like that, definitely. In that campaign, we did kill Lolith, so someone had to take her place.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just thumbing through this. What's going on with everyone else?
Aye, your sausage and potatoes are ready.
Ah, wonderful. Thank you.
Starts handing out various plates. Tobald, it's at this point you wake up underneath the table.
I smell food. Bring me food.
Aye, I gotcha.
You gotta come out from under the table first.
All right. What the devil happened?
Whiskey, friend.
Oh, I fell under one of Bubba's trance.
Here's what happens when you drink too much.
Did he give me any enlightenment?
Only the sweet sorrows and companies of bourbon.
Don't worry about it, Tobald. I've got just the enlightenment for you. He pours you an ale.
Oh, you're a good lad.
Tobald drinks it down in just one long pull.
The bartender, like clockwork, fills another one for him.
Oh, that's the stuff. That's the stuff right there.
Got me my plate and my beer, and I'm gonna go sit by Tobald. At least someone knows how to have a good morning.
That's right. Sit down, laddie.
Going to absentmindedly stick the sausages with one of my fingers, and then just start eating it off.
Yedram's going to come down from the room.
Leandra joins you for breakfast too, as she's very hungry. That smells awesome. Room at the table?
Ah, lass, I made it from the finest of demon boar.
Of course you can come join us, Leandra. Please, sit.
Thank you, Perala.
We've ordered some potatoes and sausage. It's quite good, if I can say so myself.
It's not potatoes and sausages, it's tatties and neeps.
However you call it, it fills the stomach the same.
But does it fill the soul the same?
It's potatoes. Of course it does.
It feels something. Ugh. My friends, when we are ready, is there any last-minute preparations you'd like to do before we head into the school proper?
I think I'm as ready as I'm going to be. I thought about getting a drink, but I'm concerned if I do, it'll knock me in my butt, so to speak. And I'd rather have my senses sharp for going in there.
He can be taught. Still have to smiles at that.
He just kind of shakes his head, but you see he's got a bit of a smirk on his.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing serious. At some point, I'd like to get a new coat, but that's definitely not on the top of the radar. Or list, because radar doesn't exist here.
Love.
Yedram. Good morning.
Good morning.
You mentioned last night that we might need silver, yes?
I did.
I personally do not own any such objects, but if we have the time, I would like to make a purchase before leaving.
Perhaps if we talk to the blacksmith, we could get some of our weapons silvered.
Do we have enough time?
If you wish, I'll handle that situation while you guys head to the church.
The church?
Not the church, sorry, the school.
I mean, here, those might be one and the same thing.
Could be. Roleplay for a second while I take my medicine, guys.
It would appear my maps are not working for me either. That's I'm an image spirit when I come out, since that error hit me earlier.
What's going on when you try to open your map?
It just says loading. Well, I should even say that now. No images are appearing. I got an error message earlier because I went to come in the game. It said Cappy with some weird writing after it that I didn't put there, and I got rid of that, loaded it up after I logged back out because agent didn't come up. And I loaded it up with just Cappy, which should have come up just fine, but it gave me an error message, and I've got no images whatsoever except for the small image on the very right corner, right side of my character sheet. That's the only image that wants to show up for some reason. I've closed the program and opened it a few times. It doesn't seem to help. I'm pretty sure it's on my end. I don't know. I'm going to try reinstalling it. That might help. The last thing I can try to get this shit to work right. Or at least I can see images anyway.
Okay.
So I hear no roleplay happen, and instead Cappy just bitched.
Pretty much.
I didn't complain. I was explaining what happened to Cubby because he asked a question.
Anyway. If everyone's just sitting here and quiet, I'm just gonna glance up from my book and just take a look about the bar. Anyone else that's new here, or is it just the usual bunch?
Usual.
I suppose we'll take a closer look at this later. His father closes his book and puts it into his pack and takes a seat next to Prawl and Leandra. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
It's okay. Just partaking in some prayers of sort and learning a little bit about our new friend. And I kind of jot towards Instinct's wife. I am most interested in her demeanor as of late. She does not. I don't know how to feel about the whole arrangement. It seems rather dubious that we are supposedly hunting demons and we are accompanying one.
I suppose I feel that people should, I don't know, get a chance to be different, and it's certainly an interesting way to go about making that change, but she hasn't done anything that particularly concerns me of late, so I don't know. I wait.
Well, I don't like her. She's racist.
Wait, are you like popping up from under the table now?
He's been out from under the table.
I know, but like he wasn't. Were we all sitting at the same table?
Close enough.
I thought we were all at the same table.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Parala and Leandra joined Tobald at the table.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Kyle, stop trying to exclude people.
Yeah.
You know, with Tobalt, it's always a good time.
It's certainly a time.
Shit. That might be true, Parala, but she does share Shanta's blood, and that is reason enough to have concern.
I guess.
I would genuinely feel a little bit more comfortable if there was a way to keep closer eye on her, because We do not know where they were last night, and if they're already worrying about demons in the slums, I would not like to worry about demons in the bars.
Well, I do certainly think we should keep an eye on her. I'm not arguing that at all. I mean, I have no idea what she has done in her past and exactly what she'd be willing to do to protect, her new love. So I'm not certainly not advocating that we just ignore, what her past means or anything like that. It just means that I'm also not necessarily going to hold her at arm's length or I don't know, treat her disrespectfully or suspiciously or anything unless she gives me reason to.
Svadrak is giving you a genuinely concerned look.
Why? What?
Oh, I
Why
said,
are
no,
you giving me?
it, it's just, we just left the town that we had to evacuate because of these demons and these cultists. There are people, dozens, dead. I'm shocked by the willingness to accept the presence of such a creature.
Have you asked her what she's done? Have you asked her if she had involvement in that? If she believes it was right? If she's had a change of heart?
Interesting concept.
I
At this point,
understand your concerns of her people, but you're making a lot of assumptions without ever having talked to her about it.
generally speaking, you don't invite demons to lunch. So, it's a strange concept. I would be more than willing to sit and have this discussion in the presence of friends, but not privately.
It said nothing about doing it privately. And sure, yes, it's unusual to have lunch with one of her kind. I'm just saying that the fact of the matter is that due to the fact that we're in a group and one of our own has taken an interesting path, this is where we are. And I don't know. I guess I just feel like if she's been willing to take up with somebody of a different kind than her, then maybe she wasn't as committed to this as, the others who we've seen going around slaughtering. Maybe it's worth talking to her before judging her.
Sorry, I just read his comment.
You ain't right.
Let me put it to you this way. Shortly after the Dragon War, still now at times, people thought much the same as you do about my kind. But, as you know, a lot of us had no willingness of being part of that. Now, granted, it's not exactly the same situation. It's not. But people put in trying situations will sometimes make choices that they normally wouldn't. And while that's not ideal, it can deserve forgiveness if they make changes or if they try to make up for it. My only point is sure, we can be concerned, but I don't think it's fair to just treat her suspiciously and be aloof without ever getting to know her and understanding her choices.
Are you still thumbing through the book?
Me? I had set it aside,
Okay.
but it's like right next to me, and I'm just going to look at her and I'm going to put out my hand and just calmly say, "You do realize that while I understand the analogy you're trying to make, demons are more akin to a force of nature than they are an individual entity."
Well, and we must consider that the Dragonborn, I look to the Cavalier, come from noble creatures that were meant to be on our plane of existence.
I guess I don't know a whole lot about them, to be honest. I've lived a pretty simple life. I've experienced a lot these last, few weeks, but I don't know. I don't know.
I kind of
Just don't
side
feel
with
like
you,
it's
my
fair.
lady, but we need to be prepared for other people not appreciating.
I mean, you're gonna have to be prepared for people treating me like that. I mean, I hope you guys realize that it happens sometimes. There might certainly be people who aren't going to be willing to talk to you while I'm around, but I mean, I'm not advocating that we all, sit around the campfire holding hands and singing songs. I'm talking about having a fucking conversation with her.
Kumbaya.
Fine. Then shall we put this issue to bed?
After we sit around a fire.
All of a sudden, Eoth Kothar goes into a trance-like state. Or not Eoth Kothar, Eos Fodrick.
Gotcha. I'm tripping balls, man.
You go into
Is
this
that-
trance-like state.
I kind of watch him curiously.
Indeed.
I take a look around the room to see who did it to him.
Eoth, all of a sudden, you're no longer in the tavern. You're walking in a world of darkness and nothingness.
What in the nine hells? Where am I?
As you
This is
look
where we
around,
sent Fennis.
you see a beautiful woman. She looks kinda elven in nature. She's completely naked.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, my child.
Wait, do we all see this?
No, only he sees this.
Oh,
Must have something to do with the wing dang doodling, I'm guessing. Okay. Hello? Child.
Yes, you were born of my will. No
What?
others.
I'm giving her like a kind of I'm cocking my head back a little bit, just kind of saying what the fuck.
Is that out of character? Is that reference to Lizard Men or him specifically?
Wait, what?
That you were born of her will, no others. Is that reference to your race or you?
I think it's specifically me.
Okay.
It is. He has a rather unique birth rather than all of you.
That's what happens when you crack the egg too soon.
It's too bad for Mom that she was conceived before your guys' first encounter with Kalia. Otherwise, she could benefit from this as well.
While he's having his vision, is did his head fall back and his mouth open?
Yeah.
Damn.
This should be funny.
Tobalt starts throwing peanuts into his mouth.
All right.
She walks over
I thought
to
for
you
sure he was gonna dump alcohol down.
in a rather seductive manner.
Oh, Instinct is totally grabbing one of the sausages that he has left over and making it look like he's a terrible, terrible person.
Nuts and sausage.
You guys. Is there any way I can like make a guess as to what the hell is going on right now?
Highs or lows?
Low.
Your father has never shared how you were conceived.
Well, yeah, that much is true. I knew as much.
Never had the talk with you?
I'm pretty sure because it involved a lot of fucked up things.
It's real hard to birds and the bees, lizard man.
My sweet child. She runs a finger along your chest, then kisses you softly on your nose.
Ooh, nepotism?
Soon all things will come to fruition. Hopefully you make the right choice at the end of this game. Until then, take the gift. You snap out of your trance.
What? Who put this into my mouth?
What?
You did.
What happened, laddie?
Are you alright?
I don't know. I
Svadrak, you feel a once-a-day ability emerge in you to cast Bless Seed.
Oh no.
What the fuck? Yeah, man, you like
The male version of Kalia is in the making.
yeah, Spider. You're like totally zoned out there for a minute. Head fell back, mouth gaped open. For a half a second there, I thought you like dropped dead or something, but you realized you're still alive, which is very strange.
Where'd all those peanuts come from?
You bastard. Anyway, I don't know. It was like a vision. It felt very real. I was in some dark void. There was a woman, elvish in feature. She said something about my child, and she gave me some form of blessing. She did not appear as one of the gods, but
Do any of us recognize the description he's giving?
You're a child? Like, are you having a kid?
no, she said that to me.
Did you know your mother?
I did not. She died when I was conceived. At least that's as much as father has told me. I've never known her.
Your father made you from clay?
It had to have been after you were born, not when you were conceived, or you wouldn't have been here.
Yes, sorry.
Not all are mammals. She rolls her eyes.
That's true. Conceived could be birthing the egg, and then the mother could have died in that process.
Yes, I point my finger at Instinct.
I added the Bless Seed ability to your character sheet.
Okay.
I do have a question though. So you said when we were learning earlier about these daemons that they come from a void of nothing, right?
Oh, oh no.
And
I,
you know, my lady turns into a beautiful drow elf. Maybe your dad was, you know, boning one with a fairer complexion.
there is a look of what can only be described as panic. It's a little odd on a lizard, though. He's basically just kind of like laying his chin onto the table with his hands over his head.
You all right there, laddie? You look like you could use a drink.
He might. He was just having issues with Damon's and find out he may be part.
Yeah, his racism just kicked him in the dick.
I'm not racist, you ass. Wait, do I know this blessing that she gave to me? Do I know how to activate it, or is it just kind of
how innately somehow you know how?
Oh, and I'm able.
You can't explain it or anything like that, but innately you know you have this ability now and can do it.
All I know is that I feel like I can make people more virile. Oh no, this is not good.
Hey, I mean, you could make some money from that.
You really could. We can turn a decent profit with noble houses.
But I need to talk with someone. What?
I thought
Hey,
you were
need
talking
Draka?
with
Fire now.
Someone who knows what's good.
You can go talk to Draka.
Take a breath.
We are in the school of transmutation. Maybe that's how you came to be.
Mm.
Is there a psychiatrist character class?
We need a psychomancer. There we go. It's just gonna be a dude dressed up as Freud smoking a cigar.
We have a psychomancer that could probably check your memories if he hypnotizes you, huh?
Oh God!
I want to know who the Psychnomancer is.
A bard with the mental abilities.
That's still not a Psychnomancer.
Oh God!
No. That's my prestige class.
Which edition are we playing? All right.
All of them.
Okay. So I'm busy having many existential crises.
Time out one moment. How did this party sheet show up?
I don't see no party sheet.
Well, it looks like an inventory. How did it show up? So I know
You
where to find
clicked
it next.
something. Probably
No!
the party part. There's a party sheet up in the upper right that you can click. Hey Cappy, you still bitching about programs?
No. Stopped worrying about that a while ago.
I don't know, you've been quiet while people have gone into trances, got the ability to make you have babies.
I know lots of babies.
No, I did say something, but I spoke at the same time. Two or three other people did, so you might not have heard what I said.
I'm I'm so trying to avoid saying some fucked up shit right now.
And Adrian just sitting there, just taking all that, kind of shaking his head, and most of the shit he would have said, other people were saying, so he just kind of sitting there quiet for a minute. Just, well, I guess it seems like this group's gonna be involved with demons in one way or another, no matter what. Since we can't get away from the things.
Daemons, not demons.
Demons, sorry, demons.
Like the old Greeks.
Are you gonna be Zeus then?
That was a good reference.
I know.
God damn it. Thundercock!
Turn
I haven't
into a
pulled-
swan and have sex.
I'm not gonna pull out the fucking Zweihander yet, okay? Alright. So, okay, I'm just panicking on the table right now.
Calm down, man. Panicking will do you no good. Just make the situation worse.
I'm gonna walk over to Theo with a cup of ale and just kind of set it in front of him. You'll be okay.
Yeah,
Trust me, you've been called worse, and you'll be called even worse later.
normally I'd say avoid drinks, but I think at this point he might need one to calm his nerves down because he's just like a friggin' wreck, and we might need him to get through this.
So, I instinctively, like, my eyes dart to the beer, and I, like, fucking clamp on the top of the fucking, the tankard of ale, and just fucking chug this thing with just using my mouth.
You find that your gag reflex is no longer working.
No!
Damn.
So I just fucking shot this whole beer right now.
Yep.
You know, what was that chick Damon's name? The one that's all lusty and tortury?
Call ya.
Shanka. They'll call you as her another name.
So Shanta's all about like sex and stuff, and you know, if you want to have sex, you got to get somebody up and ready. And now you've got the power to give somebody super potency. Maybe you're my uncle-in-law.
I know one, children. This is why I've avoided mating with people. Well, I haven't avoided mating. I've just been very peculiar about who I mate with. This is beside the point.
Oh my. Keep going, I'll be right back.
I'm going to have a very long chat with my father once we are done here.
Oh yeah, tell him to give you all the details, exactly how it happened.
And he's going to say, Luke, I am not your father.
Oh, hurry on, Murray.
So, are we going to do anything to start the day, or are you just going to sit here having a crisis all day?
Yes, we're supposed to go to the school.
I thought he was having a panic attack or something.
Yes, I am. Okay. Mhm.
He's got mommy issues.
Silence.
Yes, clearly.
Because mummy did to me.
But I do agree with him. We should get things going before we lose too much time.
So where to and with who?
Idram said that he would take care of getting some of our gear silvered in case we actually run across some of these creatures. But I do believe that we should at least start doing some cursory research in the school itself, asking around. I have a contact in the school proper. Perhaps I could talk to my friend Duke.
Yeah, all right. So you can go talk to your friend. Hedrum can get our weapons silvered. What's the plan for the rest of us?
Well, are you not accompanying?
Oh yeah. Well, the way you said it, I thought it was like a private conversation. I don't know.
No. This is why I've procured us badges. I am not so bold as to go alone.
Yes, I'm definitely going to a company. Haven't visited that place really at all. I'm curious about it.
Just be aware that wizards have a tendency to look down upon people who do not practice the arcane.
How they
So,
look upon people who say "fuck the arcane"? My mind's stronger.
I think he means they're snobs, and I can deal with snobs.
well, Father gets out of his seat. I suppose now is as good a time as any. Is everyone finished with their breakfast?
Yeah.
Right, let's go.
Rala pats her stomach. Yep, I'm good.
Oh, did anyone pay the bartender?
I'll get it. How much do we owe? I'll wait for Finn to get back.
It'll be about 20 copper.
All right. Breakfast is on me, everybody.
Most generous.
I was just going to say that.
Rala nods and thanks.
Buba'd be proud of you, laddie.
All right. As we get ready to leave, I'm gonna walk over, give Draka a kiss, kind of pat her belly a little bit, keep the little one safe.
Of course, my dearest love.
That is still going to take some getting used to. No offense.
I mean, you ever got a wing job?
A what? It's like a downy pillow on your dick. God damn it. So I guess we're just gonna start moving now.
Yeah. Can somebody move my token for me?
But may have
I
to move
am-
mine as well.
Not at the computer at the moment.
I gotta find me.
My map still don't work, so I couldn't move them even if I wanted to.
Because you suck.
I'm not sure what happened. It's really weird. All I had done, I should have fixed it, but oh well.
You cappied it up.
Yidram is walking with us, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out one of the daggers that I have and hand it to him. Just one of these should be sufficient, yes? You have your pass, correct?
So you're handing him a dagger?
Right. Well, you said that you were going to take care of silvering some of the weapons, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Does anyone else give him a weapon to silver?
I do.
Yeah, I give him a couple of javelins.
I give him one of my swords.
I don't need it. If I need my weapon to be magic, I'll just make it magic.
I'll hand you my lance.
Isn't your lance already magic?
Not my old one.
Damn it.
I'm gonna pause that for a second, darling.
These fucking tokens.
Throw out my token.
He's like super elongated or something.
Oh, so all I see are 2 tokens and a gray loading screen. Is that whatever you want to see in?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's loading a map.
Oh, okay.
I don't even see that. I just see a gray screen, gray picture or whatever.
Oh, Leandra gives him 10 crossbow bolts and 2 daggers.
I'm going to hand him my bedroll so he can like actually carry all this shit.
Does anyone else's screen just look like a big gray void with characters on it?
Yeah. I think he's trying to fix it right now.
Oh, it's just a big one. It's just a big map.
Yep.
Huge Tobald! Giant Tobald!
Like that Tobald as we'll never see him again.
I don't know, man. Someone could get like one of those enlarged scrolls.
So much racism.
And our party composition is the absolute opposite of racism.
So fucking United Nations, chill out.
If you guys just close it and reopen it, it loads up like immediately.
Fantasy Grounds?
No, the map.
Yeah, I can't even do that. It took my whole Fantasy Ground thing and made it great.
If you click on it and move it around, you can move
Yeah.
it down so you can
Oh,
access
thank you.
the app.
I'm
Oh,
special.
this is dope.
I know technology is hard for old people. It's okay.
Shush you.
If we're gonna add complaints to the list, let's add ageism now. Fucking oh my god. Let's just call ourselves the Triggered. It's okay.
Which map is this one?
School of Transmutation, floor 1.
Thank you. Oh, look at that.
Oh, where's the bar? Oh, that must be farther up.
Just trying to figure out how to get Mac over here to give Tobald some voodoo code.
Jesus Christ, I'm huge.
That's what she said.
Ooh.
No,
Don't
Let's
flatter yourself.
you would be surprised.
Yeah, it's your dad that actually had that. I'm
Is
just
there anyone else I need to add?
that bastard gnome when we find him.
I think this is it.
Alright.
Is Adrian actually that much taller than everyone?
No, for some reason his token is not conforming.
He has a form of giantism. It's okay.
Gotcha.
See?
I just thought it was like a secret furball or something.
I mean, we had one of those.
Well, I let them know every time we run game. Such is life. But indeed, you arrive at the School of Transmutation. You are currently on the first floor. And as for the tavern, I didn't map it.
It's okay. Is there anyone walking about right now?
There are all kinds of mages all about.
The mage that we spoke to the other day, that was DeVille, right? Or I'm sorry, it's been like, it feels like it's been a while.
1 second. The one you got the passes from?
The one who I met with, but yeah, the one I asked.
Oh, the orc.
No, that was Duke. It was specifically the mage with the scantulating robe.
Dublin.
Or the Dublin. All right, I was not far off. Dublin. Okay,
He was the pompous guy, according to my notes.
gotcha. I'm guessing the M is just mage.
Yes.
Okay.
So, things to note. In the middle of the mage school is a giant stone that leads all the way up to the top. The floors have been built around it.
Is this the source of the school's magic?
No. No.
Anything other than its size and the fact that it was built around that makes it important?
You'll have to find out, won't you?
I'd go examine it just out of curiosity. What's it
Me
made of?
too.
Rock. Rock.
I touched the rock. Can I feel any sort of sentience?
You do not feel any sentience, but you have the ability to detect magic.
I do.
Then you can feel magic coming from it.
I think it's a rock.
Hey guys, I figured it out. It's a rock.
A big one! Really big! In fact, the reason the school got built around it because it's too big to move.
Let us not yell. There may be classes going on.
Yeah, right. We wouldn't want to disturb the dirty mages at their job.
To be fair, if they're like summoning fireballs and lightning bolts, I really don't want to startle them.
So there's a mage right here, and there's a mage to our west. Are they reacting at all to the shenanigans?
They seem enamored in their studies.
I'm going to quietly walk up to the one over here. Excuse me.
Oh, whoa!
Greetings.
Who are you?
I am Eos Vadrak, the son of Eos Kotar, the head is the Archmagus of the Necromancy. We're here on an investigation.
Bloody
Have
sorcerer.
you seen a Professor Dublin? Or have you seen Duke? Either or will do fine. I wish to speak with one of the two.
I've not seen either today. What's a sorcerer want with him, though?
As I just said, we are here as part of an investigation. And I do not believe that you had any inkling as to who I was.
I am aware of your name. I've heard it. You're that one who gallivants around the necromancy school without any right to.
Hmm.
Perhaps, young Master Mage, you could direct us to the library.
Which library?
The one that might have information about hidden lore.
Do you have clearance to go to the High Mage Library?
I have multipass.
I'm guessing you bust out your pass.
Yep.
Lilu Dallas, multipass.
Ah.
So do you show him your pass then?
Yep, I pull up multipass.
The 3rd floor.
Thank you, kind Master Mage. I will not bother your studies any further. Solanthus mentions that perhaps we can find more about that symbol that we saw up in that lab.
Up in that laboratory? What laboratory?
Library.
Man, look at all these M's. That's so much EXP if we just burn this place down.
Yeah, but I don't think that would end well if we did that.
Prepare to die.
No kidding. What's that? Really a big old gray stone next to the goddamn name? Toba.
It's the giant stone in the middle of the building that they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That everything was built around that radiates magic.
Yeah, definitely leaving that alone. Yeah, we'd get everybody and all over the place attacking us. We fuck with that.
We should just start deducting.
All in favor of Cappy losing a level when stuff has to be repeated?
I'm finding the urge to say yes on it. I really am.
Hey, I finally got my map and stuff working. That's why I didn't realize what you're talking about. All right.
But they were still talking about it.
We were talking about a giant ass stone.
I heard everything was a giant ass stone, but I thought you were talking about. I thought somebody was trying to kill all the mages or something. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so what do y'all think about going to the library?
Sounds good.
I don't know what we're doing here. I'm just along for the ride.
So out of character, just to reference back, we found very little about the symbol of the person turning into a werewolf. Thought might get some more details, especially if it's associated with the school.
What do you want to know about it?
I said when we found the information about the werewolf, I'm sorry, person turned into a werewolf, it was pretty sparse. I thought maybe if we thought it was transmutation, that we might find more info about it in the library.
All right.
Good
so
idea.
You're heading to the 3rd floor.
That's what I was asking.
I'd go for the library too. It's actually quite a good idea.
And it's a hidden subsect, so I figured if we're going to find it without being part of that inner circle, an ancient lore library might be.
Alright, so heading to the 3rd floor.
As we're walking away, you can see that Svadrak looks kind of peeved about the exchange earlier.
So first you go into the 2nd floor as you take the spiral case up. You notice the stone still straight going up as you're heading up the floors.
Is the stone symmetrical, or does it seem to be natural?
It does seem to be natural.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look to Eoth and like, so what do they make all the magic-y stuff here?
This is the school of
Hold on a
transmutation.
moment.
So it is more about manipulating the flesh, objects. It is
Perhaps you
more.
should stay here more than in the school of necromancy
Why is that?
to better understand where you came from.
How would this place help me to understand it?
It wasn't about magic. I mean, his dad manipulated some flesh, but it didn't take any magic to do so. I don't.
Ah,
I am quite perturbed that they continue to treat me as such. Cannot help who I am.
Oh, gee, that sounds like such a problem. People judging you
Yes.
based off of who you are and not your actions.
Oh, well. I think there is a degree of difference, though, my friend.
I think you're nitpicking.
If I came from the abyss, I'm not sure you'd be so willing to accept my company. So forgive me for being concerned.
actually, I think that Instinct is the one most likely to accept your company, being from the abyss.
True. You haven't met my family.
Ugh.
I just got kicked.
Stop sucking. I'm doing my best here, guys. I really work hard on my maps.
Oh, yeah, all good. They're really neat when I can see them.
Yeah, it's just usually
It's super
you are-
dope.
Yeah. The step up from the old days of graph paper that I'm still using.
Oh, dude, I remember when me and Finn were younger. He would like tape together like 8 pages of graph paper, and the entire floor would be a map. It was
Epic.
Damn, she got big all of a sudden.
Is there a way that I could improve my rate of which I load up
Improve your what?
um, the map situation because it's having a hard time loading?
Oh, it's that way for all of us, I think. I see the characters in gray.
Yeah.
I'm fully up. Probably what I did must have.
It was an accident if you did it.
Yeah, well, I completely got rid of it and put it back in. Total wipe. Figuring there's some bad data. Something once I got rid of it, I'd be fine. Seems to have worked.
There it goes.
Anyone missing?
I don't believe
So,
so.
wait.
No, I'm not missing, but Tobald's much too big.
I don't know. On my map, he's just fine.
Oh, damn. There's you can't go any smaller. That is weird.
Oh, I see what's happening. When I zoom in and out, the room gets bigger or smaller, but the characters all stay the same size.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you get up the stairs to the 3rd floor. As you stand there are 2 guards at the doors to the library.
I give a respectful nod.
Good evenings. Multipass.
You show them the pass?
Yes.
Very well then, but no book may be removed from this library. This is a library for the advanced students and the masters.
Speaking of which, is there anyone currently in the library right now?
A few students.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, have you seen Professor Dublin?
I have not today.
Do they have any books in there on mental magic?
You'll have to investigate.
Okay, why did somebody just like slide off to the side and land flat? That was weird.
I have disappeared from the map, apparently. There we go. I can at least see the map now. Can't see myself, though.
Your character went off to the right and disappeared. That was weird.
I decided to do it to ascend existence. Alright.
I'm gonna start looking on, see any books on that werewolf sect or whatever. Since that's one of the reasons we came up in the library.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this separated by like Dewey Decimal System, or is it like alphabetized?
Well, in the olden days, they usually separated it by size and weight. So I don't know if they would have such a system.
Or that was more of an out of game. Like, is there like a way to sort these, or is it just so?
Roll your investigation.
Do I roll mine too since I was looking for something as well?
Yes.
Alright.
Ooh, paper, skins, hide.
That is a
God damn it.
And the library starts on fire.
fucking shit. Well, I got a 20.
Who got a 20?
Alright.
I did. I cast guidance on myself.
Gotcha.
I found the floor.
He trips and starts fucking painting the stone in the center of the room.
So, it is organized by topic and schools of magic. Cappy, you walk into a bookshelf and poke one of your eyes.
Fuck.
Just Cappy has issues with vision in all his characters.
Ow, 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 ow. God damn bookshelves.
Hmm.
Kind of hold my hand over my sore eye and just kind of grumbling to myself.
Oh, Ryan, can you take the drunkenness off of Joe Ball?
Did Cappy take any damage from his eye poke?
No, but he is blinded.
Let me look at your eye, John.
Alright, so actually that asking if lesser restoration wouldn't help that because I do have that spell.
I have it if we need it.
All right, I can't tell how long his blindness is going to last.
Oh, damn.
He's spinning his eye a little. Grab some dirt.
I wasn't trying to make it better. I was actually just trying to look and be like, is this, short term, like he'll get better in a couple minutes, or is his eye literally fucked up?
You can't tell.
But I can't
Can I
tell.
take a look? He didn't puncture the orb or anything, right?
Roll a medicine.
Our crack team of investigators.
Wow.
We're the
You
best
don't know.
fucking doctors ever.
Well, I don't remember dissecting, elven eyes during medicine class, so
So I'm going to assume the worst, and this may turn out bad for me, but I'll place a hand over his eye and spend 3 power points and cure his blindness.
All right.
Thank you. Much better.
is it
Watch
though?
out for sharp, pointy things.
Yeah, I have to better watch where I'm. So eventually looking for the right book. I failed to see the bookshelf, oddly enough.
So, just for cautionary purposes, Solanthus proceeds to show the rest of the bookshelves to Adrian.
Thank you for that.
Did anyone else find anything?
I found books.
I had a 15. I don't know if I was able to find anything.
You were able to find a brief encyclopedia of psychic power.
I'm looking for any reference to psi crystals or anything along the lines of like mental magical items.
All right. So, in that book, you do find some mention of psi crystals. Eoth, what were you looking for?
Specifically, I was looking around the room to see if there's anyone who was here who might be of interest. And then if
All right. You
not,
see
I
one
was...
of the archmages.
Oh,
Ooh.
wait. So the archmage of the school?
Sorry, archmage is not the word. One of the teachers.
Okay. So a professor. Okay. And then, all right, so I'll go up to the professor. Hello.
Greetings. He's stuffing a donut in his mouth.
Sorry to interrupt your afternoon or morning snack. I am not sure if Professor Dublin has informed you that I, as well as some of my associates here, are conducting an investigation in the school.
Professor
Do you have a
Dublin
moment
is
of time?
very secretive.
Well, we are going about conducting an investigation within the school. Do you have a moment of time?
Investigated for what?
Well, how much do you know of the recent happenings regarding the increasing presence of demons and plagues?
Oh my god, Damon's in the school?
Not within the school, but they have been within the slums. At least their presence has been felt there. We're conducting an investigation to see exactly if there are indeed a presence of demons, and if there is, how deep the problem may go. We have received some evidence that has been of great concern, so if we can have your cooperation, would be greatly appreciated.
What would you like to know about?
Well, we have come across a very interesting symbol that is of purported historical significance to the school. Something about a symbol of a man transforming into a beast, a werewolf of sorts.
I have heard of this symbol, though I'm afraid that tradition isn't really practiced anymore, not for about 500 years.
Well, someone's practicing it now, lad.
Sir, are the lycanthropes immortal?
No.
If that may be the case, though, at the very least, it appears that someone has gone about dressing themselves up as a member of this ancient order. We came across some test subjects down in the slums, and we actually apprehended someone who was purportedly receiving payment from said individual, a man of medical knowledge. Do you have any physicians within the school staff here?
I'm afraid I don't know much about that.
Perhaps an alchemist?
Many people practice alchemy here.
Amongst them, who would you say is of reputable notion?
Perhaps we could narrow the request to someone who's acting serums and such.
What did you ask, Torin?
That perhaps we can narrow the request down to individuals that are actively working serums and stuff.
Serums?
The
serum.
stuff, the serums, yeah. What it would take to get something in the form that we were reportedly finding being injected into the test subjects, as an example.
Yeah, because
I'm afraid I'm just not familiar with all of them.
I do believe someone mentioned that the school structure changes occasionally. Correct?
Well, sometimes the stone does.
Do you know of any other rooms or locations within the school that are subject to this property?
The club rooms.
And where can we find these club rooms?
How
Do you have
many
a
of
key
them?
to get into them?
We have a pass, so if someone
Your pass
has...
is not the same as the key.
Perhaps your orc friend. He is charged of the clubs, yes?
I never told you that, but he is.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yes, he is. Perhaps we had a longer conversation than I remember last night, but yes. I was looking for him earlier, but a friend downstairs did not say that he saw him. Have you seen Sir Duke.
Duke the Orc?
Aye.
He's been out sick for about a day.
Sick.
Yes, he seems to have contracted something horrible.
I glance at the others. I wonder.
Perhaps we could look in on him.
Yes, perhaps we should. Do you know where Duke lives?
I do, but I'm afraid he's been rushed off to the finest clerics in Grey Dog Guard.
Oh no.
My sentiments exactly. I don't think that's going to be for his best health.
This might be very dangerous. The clerics, the people, did you see these people?
I've only heard through the grapevine.
How long was this?
Well, I only heard about it this morning.
So nobody keeps track of their students when they're sick? They get sick and, oh well, you just ignore them or something? That's what it sounds like.
Just told you we sent him to the clerics. Are you a fucking dumbass?
Perhaps you could say where you were. Sorry.
They both posed at the same time, sorry, but yeah, so.
Like perhaps you could share the location you were at when you heard these words from the grapevine.
From my room on the 4th floor.
Ah. So just because I'm unfamiliar with mage schools, when you say grapevine, you're not referring to literal grapevines, correct?
No, I'm not talking about literal grapevines.
So voices in your hallways.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Did Duke have any personal effects on the school? Any place where he stored his research? Would you mind giving us the location of his home so that we may take a look?
He stayed on the 2nd floor with all the other advanced students.
Thank you. We'll go check that now. Once again, appreciate your time. Svardarok actually horridly walks towards the exit of the library.
Yeah, I'd follow him too.
Yeah, we might as well stay together.
Yep.
So you're all heading to the 2nd floor then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we need to send word to Grey Dog Guard to keep them from getting attacked by, a mage werewolf?
No.
Grey Dog Guard is a part of the problem.
Great Dog Guard compromised.
My home is held by other than should be in charge. We have no need to warn them.
Okay, so when, some 4-year-old who did nothing wrong gets ripped apart by a werewolf, I'll just remember we don't need to.
Were you not the one who was saying it's okay for, bugbearers to do the same?
My concern is that the people in charge are not likely to send that information to the innocent.
I mean, perhaps we could send word through the order to work behind the scenes, but I would definitely leave normal communications out.
I don't believe we have the means to communicate quickly enough.
That and in fact, I believe we're likely wanted by those in Great Odd Garb. We'd risk being chased. I mean, I agree that something should be said to them, but it's uncertain how we can get the message across without putting our own selves in danger.
We're not wanted.
Perhaps we could, after we leave the school, we can find out if there's a caravan heading that way and plant the seed of information to get spread along.
I mean, anything's better than doing nothing.
So, you are on the second floor.
Guess now I figure out which side is bed on.
Yeah, just the issue of loading again.
So we'll just inquire until we find his residence. Or I imagine there might be names on the doors.
There are mages in this area. I just haven't had time to lay tokens down.
That's okay. I can't see any. I'm just saying we'd find a way to find out which room his. Perhaps ask when and if they saw anything when he got sick.
I guess must be a rough map. Cause looking at the map, looks like it's just two sides filled with beds.
I was having trouble loading until I started closing out the old maps as we went to new ones, and then they all started loading up just fine.
Well, I'm going to. Is there anyone in the hall?
There is.
I'm going to walk up to one of them. Excuse me. Do you know where Duke was staying? Do you know which one of these is his rooms?
One second. I'm trying to roll the die. Yes. He's one of the advanced students. He stays in the left, the blue beds.
Thank you. I'm going to start walking over there. I can't see right now because I'm having trouble with the map shit, but I walk over there.
So you enter in, and there's rows of blue beds for the advanced students.
I can, for purposes of safety, I activate my divine sense.
That's Matt.
You're not really sensing anything.
Okay.
Okay. Looking at these beds, can I get any inkling as to which one might belong to his?
Roll an investigation.
Okay. Using guidance. Probably won't need it, but here it goes. 27.
After some investigating, you find a bed that has hairs on the pillow similar to his.
Okay. I'm going to start looking about the bed and any kind of containers.
There are chests. I just don't have them on the map.
That's fine.
Be careful what you touch. Perhaps you should put some coverings on your hands.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna look at the chest to see if it looks like it might be trapped.
Because Salanthus is wise about
Perception.
chests now.
23.
So they all share the same bay. It's like in a bay format.
I'll say yes.
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by a bay format.
So there's multiple beds in this room, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I'd be interested if we see others, if any others have gotten ill.
Nobody in this room is ill.
But there are people in the room.
A couple. Most are out in doing their classes and whatnot.
Oh, but is there anyone actually inside of the room?
Yeah, about 2 people.
Okay, so they just like don't say anything about the fucking giant lizard is like poking his head around.
What are you doing over there? That's Duke's bed.
Yes, I heard that Duke was removed early this morning. There is some concern regarding his potential safety.
Yeah, he got really sick.
Can
you describe the symptoms, please?
Vomiting, fever.
That sounds about like before.
As they're saying this, I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Has anyone else
You don't
begun to
detect
get...
anything?
Oh, sorry.
Not on them either?
Nope.
Okay. And there's nothing on the bed itself, so it doesn't appear that... Okay. Alright. Yes. He was assisting me with some investigations that we were conducting, and we are concerned that he might be endangered. We wish to check his effects in order to make sure that if he left any information, we could use it.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
Okay. Oh, right. The advantage button's right here. It's funny.
Has anyone else gotten sick, or is it
What did
so
you
far
roll
just...
total, Kyle?
Just a 20. I wasn't casting guidance when I was asking him.
So you have a 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what were you saying, Cappy?
Oh, I had hit him up ask if he was asking if anybody else had had gotten sick recently, or was just the one so far?
No one else has gotten sick.
All right, thank you. That's good news to hear, at least.
It also makes his issue a lot more dubious. As I was saying, friend, did the Duke say anything prior to leaving?
One of them speaks up. Only to watch out for the hidden room. I don't know what he's talking about.
The hidden what? You cut out.
Hidden room.
That is all he said about it.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to check his personal effects, see if there might be anything else that he may have left. And then we'll go see about this hidden room and perhaps try to send word.
Very
Hopefully,
well,
maybe someone.
So yeah, they don't have a problem with it. Go ahead.
Yeah. I did roll a perception roll earlier because you said you wanted me to see if it was trapped, or I wanted to see if it was trapped. Okay.
But it is loud.
All right. We have the thieves kits from earlier, so I'm gonna bust out one of those.
All right. Roll a thieves tools.
So that would be with no advantage because I am not proficient in it unless we have a thief, which I'm pretty sure we don't.
We don't. So it's basically a dex check for you.
All right. I'm gonna go pray. Oh wait, we have one of those wands too, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you could use the wand to help yourself.
The wand was specific to stealth and pickpocket.
Oh yeah, fuck.
I'll add picking locks to it too. I wasn't thinking about that.
Awesome. Okay.
So I'm gonna bust out the wand and do a little hippity boppity boo on the lock to make it a little bit easier.
Scala Kamusha do 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 do.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to unlock this fucking thing. Fucking god damn it. Jerry rigged this shit. And casting guidance because I really just don't want to fuck this up. Okay.
And the wand gives you advantage on those skills.
Right. So roll it. Sweet. And then
Open the lock.
nice.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
All right. So I'm gonna fucking tear through as much as I can. See if there's anything of note, any notebooks, any like hidden compartments.
Alright, so you open it up. Inside you find some mage robes, his personal journal, about 200 gold.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the journal.
Alright.
I'm going to look within the last 2 entries. And then as I'm fishing around through the actual bottom of the chest, does it seem like there's a false bottom or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
So you look at the last 2 journal entries. He has one detailing his encounter with you and the pretty elf woman. Well, half-elven woman. He then goes on to explain how later that night he went looking around the school as a favor to you. And you read some mention about how it's every transmutationist's goal to change the rock that is in the middle of the school. It's like a rite of passage. They change the rock. It changes back for some reason instantly. But if they can manage to change it just for a moment, that's considered a sign of mastery.
Are you sharing this journal entry info?
Yeah, I looked to them. He said that he went looking around last night, but nothing more than that.
In
He
his
did
last entry, as you start reading through it, though, he starts detailing how he found an odd spell in one of the teacher's rooms.
Does it say which teacher?
He doesn't mention which teacher it is, but he says he found this odd transmutation spell. Supposedly, it makes the user become air-like so that they can pass through certain things. It then mentions how he was going to go to the roof, because he heard some rumors about there being a hidden room that could only be accessed if you can do something to the rock above the roof or above the school.
Teacher. He mentioned something about finding some kind of scroll or detailing a spell that can turn him into some kind of essence of air, allowing him to gain passage into the other areas. And the roof. There's some. He talks about the rumor concerning getting access to a secret room to the roof. Perhaps the stone might be the center of the problem. Maybe we can find what they're looking for in the stone somehow.
Perhaps we need to go to the roof then.
I am concerned about the entry regarding the teacher. It didn't specify whom.
But you believe this teacher could be involved?
Yes, there is a high likelihood.
It makes sense.
He wouldn't have mentioned it within a passing journal article unless it was something of importance. I believe that he would have at least guessed someone would went looking through his personal effects.
I wonder who discovered Duke first when he became.
I want to go help Duke, but
No. You missed my point. That might be a suspect.
Duke? Why?
The person who found Duke ill.
Oh, yes. No, that is true. No one mentioned the name though, so. I'm going to look up from the journal. Friends, were you here when Duke was removed? I forget.
Highs or lows?
Lows.
Party consensus.
I'll go with lows.
Yeah, low's fine. How low
Lows.
can you go?
God damn it.
I'm afraid I wasn't. The other student answers. I was not either.
Is he telling the truth?
Yes.
Do you know who might be someone I could talk to about the comings and goings of the students here? Perhaps a head guard or a professor who might have been personally involved.
Or do you know who? Do you know who found?
What was the name of the one professor you met with?
Dublin.
Professor Dublin found him.
Was he also the one who determined he needed to be sent to Grey Dog Guard?
Yes, he said he was very ill.
Out of curiosity, is Professor Devlin skilled in the medicinal arts?
Highs or lows?
We're going to stay with low.
Sure.
Damn it.
I'm afraid I don't know much of Professor Dublin's studies. While we are in the higher classes, we have not reached the level of being able to learn from him.
Well, I'll give you a hint. When you meet him, based on my friend's description of him, play to his ego. He'll probably receive you better.
Do you happen to know where Dublin's personal quarters are?
The 5th floor is where the teachers' rooms are.
Thank you. And
Let's
if
lock
this-
the chest again.
yeah, I'm going to put his journal back in there and then lock the chest. Father gets up and
So
he
do we
starts-
go to the professor's room or do we go to the roof?
Professor's room first, I would think.
do we have any means to contact anyone immediately?
Not really.
Not really.
Damn, if only we had. Where's the druid when you need him?
There may be a falconer or a pigeon trainer in town somewhere.
But we need someone who can actually intercept or to contact someone who can. And I don't know if it.
Who are you trying to contact?
Someone, anyone, the order, concerned fucking civilians, someone. I don't. He put his neck out for me. I do not wish for him to. Let's just go look. Let's just go look up for this professor's things. Maybe there could be more clues.
That's what I'm thinking.
So you're heading to the professor floor?
Mm-hmm.
Also, if this is the professor that is involved, he might know a way to possibly undo what has been done. I'm not certain of this, but possibility exists.
If the professor is involved, he's not going to go quietly, nor will he aid us. If he is ousted,
I mean, that's what a good beating's for.
So I have a suggestion, Svadrik.
You have his attention.
Perhaps since we are going to show interest in the professor's room, you should take one of these potions of greater invisibility so you do not draw the attention.
I look at him and I take one of the potions. If there are guards, And if they're giving us sleep, then yes.
Sorry, it's a wand.
Oh.
There's
Oh,
two
no,
wands.
we have potions too.
Oh yeah, you got 5 minutes if it comes down to it. So yeah, I think you have one of those already anyway.
Oh yeah, I do. I pocketed one. I remember now.
Okay, never mind. You might want to keep the thievery wand with you because you get advantage on stealth too.
Yeah. How many charges does that have again?
You used one, so it's got 9 left. But that one recharges 1 every 3 months.
Thanks for that.
Yep.
So, as we're heading up to the 5th floor, anything going on?
Besides the normal student movement throughout everything?
Yeah.
I would like to pay attention to anyone that gives us more than a passing look in.
Everyone gives you more than a passing look. You're not mages moving through a mage school.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, so we kind of look like the Isle of Misfit toy.
I know, right?
Oh man.
So yeah, there are a couple rooms up here. It would seem to you that there's probably more teachers than there are rooms here. But these are like the rooms for like the major teachers that stay on the ground.
Gotcha.
Now I gotta figure out which one is the one we need.
Have we reached the top of that stone yet, or does it keep going up?
It keeps going up.
We're making a detour on the professor's floor.
Tobald goes over to the stone with a hammer and chisel to see if he can just break off a piece of.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Make a strength check.
It'd be kind of funny if you transmute it with a normal means.
He has demonstrated mastery.
Yup.
Fucking here comes the nat 20.
You knock a piece off, but instantaneously as you knock it off, it regrows on the stone.
Ooh.
But I still. Oh, so there's the loose piece that I knocked off, and then it's replaced on the stone? Or
Yeah.
did the piece I knocked off go back to the stone?
No, you still have your piece.
You shattered the dark crystal.
I like that movie.
What movie was that?
The
Really?
Dark Crystal?
I figured you, of all people, would know that.
You've never seen the Dark Crystal, Bob?
No.
The Gelflings!
Okay, you guys have to come over now so we can watch it.
Wow, it's
No,
like
and yet-
sacrilegious to not know the Dark Crystal and play D&D, I'm just saying.
Hell yeah!
I have seen like nothing, and I have seen Dark Crystal.
Damn.
Damn it! Stop movie shaming people.
You know they got a prequel series coming on Netflix. I think it's Netflix.
The
Well,
Skeksis.
if it helps, I did see David Bowie in Labyrinth.
It does help.
Yes, that does make me feel better.
There's hope for you.
Guys, it's been a while since I've seen Labyrinth. Holy shit.
Goddamn baby kidnapping
watched it
David
again.
Bowie.
Dance, magic, dance.
That's why you don't let David Bowie babysit your kids. They'll end up dancing with goblins.
It's true. To be fair, Torrin, she probably doesn't look like that anymore.
She looks halfway decent still. You're right. But I watched her grow more mature over the years. I'm just saying I crushed her when I was...
Why does that sound wrong?
Because it is.
It won't let me stay connected to this game. Alright.
Like I'm sorry. I'll just stop making maps because clearly when I do, shit doesn't work.
Map loaded good for me.
It's nothing against you, it's the program, bro.
Nah, I just IMDb'd her. She's so cute.
Told you.
So we're on the 5th floor?
You are.
Okay. Is there anyone about?
There is not.
Alright. You know what? I'm going to look about the doors to see if there are any indication as to whose room.
What was the question, Kyle?
I'm just going to see if there are any like door like name tags on the door, just to indicate whose room it might be, or any sigils.
There aren't.
All right. Can I cast detect magic? And I would just.
You can.
All right. Well, I am. Ho ho.
Every room radiates magic.
Is there any with a different stint? Like any abnormalities compared to the other rooms, or is it just pretty uniform?
Investigation.
Okay. If the game would let me do it, it's decided to tell me that air files. So could someone be so kind to roll for me?
Do what?
Just a roll for my character. It won't let me
I
actually
got it.
enter. Thanks, bro.
You have a 22.
Okay.
So the room to the right of you radiates a great deal more magic than the other ones.
Mm.
And the room to the northeast has a different smell to it, magic-wise.
Different smell.
So, can I use my elven tracking to notice to see if I can tell where the orc may have traveled? Because orcs are kind of usually easy to track.
He never mentioned coming up here.
I know, but he mentioned the teacher's room in the
Should have been more clarifying there. It was a classroom.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that changes things. I suppose we should still maybe take the time to look.
They were here.
I I am very much interested in the one that's radiating a lot of magic, but if something's it's giving off like a magic smell.
The northeast one has a different smell. The one to the right of you has more magical energy than all the other rooms.
Okay.
I want to activate my divine sense again.
Right.
All right. Roll an investigation with advantage for me, Torin.
As he's focusing, I'm going to point at the room to our immediate right. There's a lot of magic coming from this one.
Torin,
But the one at the
Torin, the one to the northeast radiates Damon.
Is that the one he's pointing as the room that has the most magic in?
No.
No. It's as you're concentrating, I point to that room and I say, "This one's giving off an odd energy, though."
Well, Damon is radiating from that one.
I think that is our room. Then let's just go.
I would definitely think so.
So we walk up towards the door.
It is
Does it
magically warded and locked.
Well, that's not surprising. Mage school and all.
Shit. That is. We might require getting someone to unlock the door for us.
So I have a question. Just came to mind. You got your passes from the orc, correct?
No, I got them from Dublin himself.
Ah.
Actually, you got them from a messenger from the school.
Oh well, but I put the request in through Double.
That is true. But they were granted by the Archmage.
Perhaps we should go looking for the Archmage. If we have reason to believe that there's demonic energy coming from one of his teachers' rooms, I think it would be of much interest to him.
Perhaps you are correct. Should some of us stay and watch this door? While the Archmage's petition?
Hey, Eoth, make a intelligence save.
Okay, a save?
Uh-oh.
Or check, either way.
Alright. Yeah, because it doesn't matter for me. Fucking 6.
Can't logic it out.
What's the door made out of? Is it wood?
It is wood.
Tobalt says, "Great, never mind. I've got a key," and he pulls his axe out.
No, my friend. No. Perhaps a guard on the floor has a key. Surely for emergencies, the guards that are around here have access. Or the captain of the guard.
Would anyone like... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I believe your suggestion to have someone wait here is good, but we can't really risk leaving people divided. Should we just split our party? Instinct. You can contact people immediately. Yes.
I can contact a person who is about 100, no more than 100 or so feet away from me.
Well, I mean, the school is not that tall, so could you perhaps stay at least within the stairway and just keep an eye?
So why is it that you can't get into this room?
It is warded. I don't have the means to remove it. I would try to dispel it, but I cannot. I can only so far all I have been able to master is how to stop someone from casting.
Or it's holding the daemon present in.
That might be something of consideration.
Regardless, I do believe that the archmages would require courtesy notification that there are daemon signs inside of his school.
Agreed.
That's conjuration and summoning, not transmutation.
So I guess we're gonna go looking at.
I would say if we could find a guard or someone to tell us where we might find or her or it in our case.
What is your next move, gents?
We're gonna go look for someone.
You're gonna look for someone? Got it.
Yeah, just someone who might know where the Archmagus is.
Roll an investigation.
Anyone want to help me out here?
Yes.
Yep, I'm planning to.
Me too.
Yay. Oh, no wonder you wanted to help. Oh, that's Parala. Never mind.
Fuck. Well.
Parala, after some questioning, you learn that the Archmage is in his room.
Oh. Okay.
And we can find his room.
It was literally right next to the room of evil.
Gotcha.
Is it really?
I mean,
I
not
would've-
right next to it. It was the room radiating all the magic that he pointed you to first off.
That's actually what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly. So I guess we walk back upstairs and knock on the door.
As you knock on the door, you hear a loud explosion.
Oh, what the hell?
Hit that door a little hard, didn't you?
Something is wrong.
Yeah, I kind of got that by the big boom.
Hello? Are you okay in there?
Fine, fine. You just interrupted what I was doing.
Oops. I step back and let Ioth be the one that he sees first.
I forget. I should know this in character, but what's the Archmagus's name?
I haven't given it to you yet, but you are correct. You should know it in character. His name is...
Servitus to the Galactic Magus.
His name is... Gregory. Gregory Silverpalm.
Okay. Archmagus Silverpalm. A moment of your time. I'm sorry to interrupt your studies.
And who are you?
It is Eos, Eos' father.
Ah, Eos Spadrak. Your father speaks of you with such proudness yet disdain.
I do believe it has something concerning my hobbies. That's besides the point. We have has Dublin spoken with you? Yes, we got the passes from you.
About the passes, that's the last I heard from him.
We have a reason to believe that Dublin might be involved in the happenings that have been in the slums, and perhaps even more concerningly, his room appears to be giving off a demonic energy.
You don't know that's his room.
Okay, well, there is a room. Okay. Well, yeah, all right. Sorry, assume that. Okay. There is a room that is giving off a demonic energy. Could you assist us for a moment?
Show me the room.
I walk out of his exploded room and point down the hall.
And my holy symbol is illuminated at the moment.
He takes a look at the door. He begins chanting an incantation and waves his hand over it. As he does, the wards come down. He then produces a key and unlocks the door.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. Thank you. I do hope we can clean this concerning issue. I step inside of the room. I'm making particular note of any like abnormalities, potential like tripwires, shenanigans, sigils on the ground, sigils on the street.
I step right behind you, keeping my aura near.
This is
I stay
indeed
outside the room.
Master Wizard Dublin's room.
Interesting.
So, as you're guided by your feelings, Torin, it leads you over to a chest by his bed.
This chest is the source of the demonic energy that I feel.
Go ahead and open it up then.
First, I take a look at, is it locked or warded?
It is locked.
Is there a bookshelf near something that a key might be on?
Investigation.
I will assist.
Do so with advantage.
I don't even think I see a bookshelf.
Yeah, you're just looking around the room.
Can I fucking investigate?
Yes.
Goddamn. Anyone want to help me?
I better stay out of this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll help. Let me move into the room then. Whoa, where'd I go? My God, I went half invisible. I don't know where the hell he went. I right-clicked and accidentally and he's...
20.
What the hell?
Alright, Svadrak. You find a key hidden inside one of the books on the bookshelf.
You had the right idea, my friend.
Hey, there's the book. I didn't even see that shelf there.
We appear to have some object permanence issues in our party. God damn it. Okay. In the book. What?
Let me make sure. I want to put a blessing on us before we open this.
Very good idea. No telling what's in that thing.
In the book itself, is it just like cut out, or is there any like significance about the book?
No, it seems like a very just ordinary book about potions.
Okay.
Okay, before we do this, I've got a question. Why are we opening the chest? Why are we not just sending it to, some nothing plane or whatever?
Because we have to see what it might be.
It could be an item.
Actually,
it could be
hold up.
something that was just touched by a daemon. There's an influence in there that we need to check, And I can only do protection from evil on one person, so when we do open it, it should probably be me.
Actually, how about this? Svadruk waves his hand and produces a mage hand, and he puts the key in the mage and he makes a motion with his other hand to start walking back. I'm going to try
still
to
cast protection from evil on myself.
Okay. I'm going to try to open the unlock the chest with the key.
It unlocks.
Is the hand strong enough to actually push it up?
Highs or lows?
Just lows.
Yes.
All right. I gingerly push it up, paying attention to see if there's like any tripwire or shit.
It pushes up just fine, but you do notice a trap set on it.
Okay. So I'm going to rest it back down, or slowly.
All right.
The chest appears to have some kind of trap. If I open it further, it might go off.
Does
So
anyone
perhaps-
try to disarm the trap?
Will the wand disarm traps or no?
It could give somebody the ability to try.
I have a 19 dex, so I suppose I could.
I got a 19 dex too.
I got 20 decks.
And I'm
All right.
protected from evil.
I'm well. Okay, I'm gonna look at the elf and hand him the lock, and I'm going to give him a pat on the back. It's like, have a good shot. I'm also going to cast guidance on him. So
What's the roll for that?
Also, before he gets to that, I'm going to walk over to Adron and say, Elven dexterity and an idiot's luck. I'm pretty sure you can handle this. And I'm going to give him a blessing, or bardic inspiration.
All right.
Nice.
So
What do I roll
it is
for
a
this?
Dex check with advantage.
Oh, it's straight decks. All right, cool.
Yeah,
you
had the
gave him
20.
advantage.
Yeah, you got 20.
He has
Or no, you
advantage-
gave him.
He has advantage from the wand. He has a D4 from you and a D6 from Cubby.
Okay.
If he fucks this up, I don't know how he did it.
Roll here. I'm gonna. Yeah. No. Roll the d6.
I think I got
Oh
the
my
roll.
god. 28. Okay. Hopefully nothing.
He indeed manages to disarm the trap.
I give I give instinct a high five.
There we go. I should be able to open it safely now.
So what do you see?
I'll open it up and all the way and take a look inside. Give me a second to take a look at the stuff in here.
There's 1,000 gold in there.
Just imagine Adron being like, well, it looks like there's about 700 gold.
Is the Archmage still in with us?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 1,000 gold that we're probably not going to take.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
If he's trafficking with demons, we can totally rob him. That's morally okay.
Indeed. A level 5, level 4, and level 3 polymorph, or not polymorph, transmutation scroll.
Scrolls?
Yeah, of each of those levels.
I'm more looking for anything that could be given off the.
Can I identify the
Actually-
demonic source?
So far, this is sounding like a bug out bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't
Roll
lying.
an investigation, Cappy.
Can I help him?
Are you sure you want to, Torin?
Yes, I do.
Then yes. Roll with advantage, Captain.
God damn it! Oh,
With
thank God.
advantage.
Thank
You
God.
Oh my god.
Let me roll it again.
You're so fucking lucky.
You think?
I'm gonna laugh when he rolls a 1 again.
God damn!
You don't notice anything, Cappy?
I want to look myself.
I'll back up them.
Roll an investigation.
I will assist.
He still has
Do so with
the.
advantage.
He's still able to detect the energy though. So what shouldn't he just be able to pick?
No, nothing just happens. Salanthus, you find a false bottle.
Except the Spanish Inquisition.
You're right, except the Spanish Inquisition. And nobody suspects it.
There is a false bottom in this chest.
Always check for a false bottom.
So I'm going to remove the gold, set it outside the chest, and set the scrolls outside the chest to see if I can't figure out how to open the.
You manage to get it open. As you open it up, there's a large vial of something and a syringe.
So he's with those people injecting people with lycanthropy disease.
He is the person based on this evidence.
Yeah.
Archimagus. And I point out the stuff to him. This is quite damning evidence that Master Dublin is doing things he should not be and is causing illness.
Or he's riding the horse.
Does the syringe look like it's been used?
Perception. There is indeed dried blood on the tip.
So he's a dirty practitioner. All right. May we confiscate these materials?
Of course.
Do you happen to know where Professor Dublin is?
I do not at this moment.
Well,
We
considering
are not the school of divination.
considering the evidence we have here, I think it is most pertinent we find him.
And let us not forget that the individual that was seen ministering the illness had that cloak with the picture of the subsect on it.
Does he have a closet in here?
Yes.
Or is it okay? I'm gonna start searching through the closet to see if I can find anything.
Investigation.
It'd help if my freaking program would work. Give me just a second.
So Salanthus is going to carefully package up the syringe and such. Is that the source of the demonic influence?
The vial is not the actual syringe.
Okay. I make sure that damn vial is stoppered.
It is.
My program closed, so you guys are gonna have to give me a second, or someone can roll it for me.
I rolled for you, but I rolled a 1. So you're like, look at this coat!
Take that coat.
Hey, Finn, I'm going to take some candle. I'm assuming there's candles in this room.
Probably.
I'm going to drip some wax around the stopper to make sure it is sealed with wax.
Very well.
Good idea.
So Instinct puts on a new coat.
That catches my eye, I suppose. Does it have the symbol we're looking for on it?
Roll a perception.
I'd probably be looking at that coat too as it's putting on. Like, what are you doing?
Yes, it does.
Thank goodness
He's
for
not going to
rolling
use
above a
it
10.
jail.
So again, making sure the Archmagus notices this as well. We're gonna keep this as evidence. And I looked to the party. I said, "Evidence be damned. We are not going to be equipped to incarcerate a master mage by ourselves."
Definitely not. We're gonna need some help on this one.
By the way, Instinct looks very fly in the coat.
Oh, yeah. It's very
Yeah, dude,
bestial.
you rocking it.
Well, you need good coats when you don't believe in shirts.
That you do.
So, Archmagus, suggestions on how you handle rogue mages in your school?
They would be brought before the council on the continent of mages.
And most likely imprisoned indefinitely.
Correct, your father built that prison.
We will see that he is put to better use once we find him.
How do you get them to the council? I'm sure that most won't come willingly.
He reaches into his pocket and throws you an item.
A what?
An item.
I try to catch it.
It's not too hard to catch.
Yay. What is it?
Those cuffs, when you say the word capturous and you're close to a mage, will bind away their magic. You have to be within 5 feet of them, though.
Oh, can I get me a whole set of those?
Why am I not surprised he says
Thank
that?
you very much, Archmagus.
Archmagus, when we are looking for other information, the stone in the center of the school is mentioned. Perhaps that might lead to a hidden room. Do you know anything of this?
I'm afraid only rumors when I was a boy studying.
What if we told you that it's possible that if you could turn into air and do it from the roof of the school, you might be able to find.
Then I'd say you need to find a spell that would do that for you.
I'm going to motion myself towards. Can I take a look at them, see if there might be anything that matches the description of the spell that
Sure.
Duke said?
Those 3 scrolls.
None of the
Yeah,
scrolls, but as you investigate further in that chest, you do find his diary.
Okay, I'm going to pull that thing out.
As you look through it, there is a detailed spell that is a hidden polymorph spell that most don't know. Sorry, transmutation spell. Been playing too much Divinity.
Does he mention where he kept this?
It's written down in his journal.
Oh.
I think we add the journal to our evidence.
Yeah. Is there any mention of his dealings?
Yeah, other point of contact.
There are some entries in the journal that are written weirdly. Maybe some type of code.
Perhaps when we have time, we can try and decipher it.
Yes. As for the spell, I think we might have our means, but I just kind of like shrug my shoulders again. I'm like, I am no wizard. I could attempt to try it, but I don't know what would happen.
If you give me a day, I will transcribe it into a scroll for you so that you can use it.
I much appreciated. Yeah. If we are to wait a day, though, that is a lot of time that we can lose.
I'm afraid it'll take me that much time, though.
That is most gracious.
It is.
Indeed, it is.
Oh, does anyone here in the school know how to cast teleportation?
I would not try to teleport myself inside of a rock.
No. Duke was helping me with the investigation, and he was taken away towards the Great Dog Garden, and I believe that they have taken him in under the premise of trying to get rid of him. If we have someone with teleportation, I could take one of his personal attacks and maybe make it easier for us to get to him and save him.
Right. I have the ability of, if it's the same version that we've been dealing with, I can remove it.
Very well, then I will have someone sent to you right away.
Thank you. And he's like bowing repeatedly.
I will begin working on your scroll after I have someone sent to you.
Thank you, sir. Your help is most gracious.
Solanthus looks to Parala. Perhaps we should offer protection to the Archmagus while he is in his study.
That might not be a bad idea.
I mean, we have a suspect that has the ability to turn into air.
We can, although I'm not sure how much time we'll have. It depends on how quickly we can resolve this. We do have quite a bit to attend to.
What's the size on this room?
This is going to be good.
Like feet by feet. Is it like a 10 by 10 room or?
Counting it 1 sec. $50 by 65.
I think we might have to just trust the Archmagus has the means to protect himself.
Yes, I'm certain that he has plenty of guards at his disposal.
So we should just wait. Hopefully get teleported near to where Svadrik's orc friend is at and go heal him.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna leave it up to fate. Because I can only do a 20 by 20. So about half the size of only cast fairy fire. Because even if he is in the air here, it's still eliminated.
You're all gargly, Cuppy. All I caught was casting fairy fire.
Sorry, I was just saying I'm gonna leave it up to fate because I can't cover the whole room. It's only 20 by 20. But I want to cast fairy fire to see if I can catch his air ass sitting in here.
You don't seem to find anything.
Okay.
Good thought, though.
Indeed. So, somebody who knows teleport is brought to you, and you find the Rove Svadrak.
Ah, shit! I just realized that teleport specifies locations, not people. But okay. He's still gonna take the robe just in case, because he's like panic mode right now, and he knows that having something helps. So he grabs the robe and runs back towards the.
All right. I can only teleport you so close. I'm afraid from where I'm noticing his location, you're going to be somewhere in Labyrinthian Woods.
That's as close as you can get us. It'll have to do.
Hey, can somebody just make a notation to go tell my wife that I'm teleporting to random places and she might not see me for a few days?
Yeah, we'll get on that now.
I was actually talking to the mages here. There's this pretty little drow down at the tavern. Can you guys just let her know I'll be back in a week or so? I don't know.
A drow, that is a rarity. We will find her.
Don't send a dwarf, though. She's racist.
I just shake my head.
Alright, so you all are teleported to Labyrinthian Woods.
Back to the woods.
And
Do we have to immediately make another constitution save?
Yes.
You know, he hadn't said anything. You had to say it, didn't you? I hope he'd forget.
Fair is fair.
And I never
I
forget
know.
about Labyrinthian Woods.
One can always hope.
Con say?
Okay,
Look at that,
I know
I
the
got
second
myself-
dice came up.
Got myself hypnotized.
what was the DC?
15.
Woohoo! Yay!
Don't know where that D4 came from.
So it's me, Parala, and Adrian so far. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it.
Indeed, you're hallucinating.
I
Son of a-
use 5 hit points of each on each of them to remove the effect of my land hand.
Very well then. So you're cured of your hallucinations as Salanthus touches something deep inside of you.
Come
Shit
back
my head
to
a little
me.
bit. I was heaped in this just in these woods. Once I'm cured and used to it, it's good, but damn, that injustice is annoying.
Before you can finish the rest of your sentences, Svadrak like grabs you by the shoulders. Okay, you do your thing. You track.
All right. I start tracking.
Roll a survival.
I'm
hit him
going
with the
to
guidance.
help him. I'm actually proficient in survival. Are you, Cappy?
No, I still
Wait.
rolled an 18.
What kind of ranger isn't proficient in survival?
It wasn't.
Cappy?
I don't recall being one of the skills I could pick. Let me check.
Hey, Cappy.
What?
For the love of whatever god you believe in, take at least three levels of rogue so you can get the scout. You'll thank me for
I got
it.
a 20 on my track or on my survival.
Salanthus. you
My
start
survival
tracking
is crappy.
How many others are with it based on the tracks?
them. 4.
I suggest we be prepared for a fight.
Lead me.
I take point and start moving.
Alright. After about 10 minutes of travel, you arrive at their caravan.
I step out of the woods. No hidden symbol, or I step out saying, "I have come to bestow a healing blessing upon the patient that you are traveling."
You can save our friend?
If it is Radix's will, yes.
Please do.
I use the remainder of my lay on hands for a day on him.
Alright then, so roll a perception real quick, all of you guys.
The drown daggers, aren't they? Calling it right now.
Son of a bitch.
My game keeps deciding the shit on my shoe and kick me out, so can someone roll them for me?
Well, they're not surprising me, I don't think.
Alright, anybody who rolled better than a 15 notices that he's progressed in the disease far faster than the others you've dealt with. His eyes have already changed.
Oh, shit.
So I can get rid of the illness other than the eyes, if I recall from the
Yep.
encounter with the civilians in the town, right?
Yep.
So I call upon Radix to relieve the pain and suffering of this soul, that he may continue his journey.
Thank you so much. I couldn't keep anything down there for a while.
I've done what I could on behalf of your friend Ioth. And I step aside and motion for Ioth to come and speak to him.
Could I cast Detect Thought to see what the other 4 that were accompanying him might be?
Oh, thank goodness somebody who could heal him came. I'm really tired of traveling. My balls itch.
And the 4th?
Man, I haven't been laid in forever.
So, okay. So, as Solanthus finishes what he was doing, I place my hand on his shoulder and I give him a light nod, and I also pull him closer and say, "It does not appear that we might be involved, but be on guard."
I wasn't too worried about that.
What happened? Based on your sudden appearance and the sequence of events, I felt that maybe they had taken you.
No, I got poked by someone. They jabbed something into my arm and then I got sick.
You do not see what did it?
I'm afraid not. They came from behind. I was in this hidden underground area that I found at the school.
Where did you find? Was it through the stone?
Yes, I casted a spell that turned me into air and entered the stone. It's hollow some point in the middle, and there's a pole you slide down.
Of course. I'm glad to see that you're safe, though, my friend. Truly. I go up to him and I hug him.
From
He
behind?
hugs you back.
I feel almost silly for rushing over here, but perhaps it was for the best. If you went to Grey Dog Guard, I'm not sure that you would have came back. It appears that Dublin is involved with what is going on in the school.
Oh no, not Master Dublin. He was my potions teacher.
He may very well have been the individual who pricked you. We found a vial containing a substance similar to what we have observed in the slums. And as I'm looking at his face, and
Just what we need. More scandal with teachers pricking students.
God damn it. Do I notice the change in his eyes?
You do.
I kind of let out a light sigh as I'm. We might have been able to relieve the symptoms, but I think it has progressed far enough that there has been some permanent change.
Tell me, Svadrak, am I still a lady killer?
I slap him on the side of the face a little bit. Of course, my friend.
So Salanthus just had an epiphany. How do we get back?
You're walking.
That's what I thought.
Oh, it's gonna be a while before we get back then. Holy cow.
The plus side, hopefully, our the Archmagus will be finished.
I think it'll take us more than a day, but that way we can make sure these young mages get back to.
All right. So it sounds like you're going to make your travels back. And I will call it here, my good peoples.
Cool.
Alright.
5 downtime points.
I feel like we should have left some people behind, but oh well. We had no idea what to expect.
Yeah, that was part of my. That's. I'll wait for him to finish feed.
We are the Storyspeakers Guild, bringing you roleplay entertainment. We hope you enjoyed watching tonight. And please join us on Thursday for Umbra Stalkers. Until the next time.
Have a good night.
Beer 30.
We love you.
Hang tight.
Smoke, crack, and worship Satan.
You're so original.
Thank you.